621 here, Big 550 KTRS. In 2008, our next guest wrote the book called Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA. He's also written books on Aldrich Ames, the CIA double agent, The History of the CIA, Legacy of Ashes. So we turned to him to talk to him about this CIA report that was released on torture. Tim Weiner, welcome back to the Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis.
Good morning to you.
How surprised were you at the revelations yesterday?
I got to say, there's one thing here that really shocks me to the marrow of my bones, and that is the continuing claim by the CIA's leaders, past and present, that torture worked. Now, that's just a lie, and it's a self-deception, and it's a danger to the agency, and it's a danger to the American people.
They say it worked because they say they got vital information.
Yeah, and the Senate report very painstakingly takes apart 20 of the most important counterterrorism cases they ran, including the Osama bin Laden hunt down and kill, and says that torture contributed nothing to any of those cases.
This is an important point because a lot of people say, well, wait a minute, we don't like to torture, but if it saves American lives, is it worth the benefit?
Exactly. Now, on 9/11, the CIA had handbooks and manuals that said, and I'm quoting, "We don't torture because torture does not produce intelligence and probably produces false answers." But after 9/11, that handbook went out the window.
So I am. I have 1,000 questions. Anytime any of the talking heads on any of the networks say there was a benefit to the torture, you, as one of the New York Times Pulitzer Prize-winning authors on the CIA books, you say there was no information that was ever gleaned by torture that was beneficial.
That's not me talking. That is a 500-page executive summary of the Senate's 6,000-page, 6-year investigation in which they examined 6 million CIA documents. That was their conclusion.
Did they ever get such wrong information that it threw them off the correct path?
Yes. They arrested people who were nobodies. They arrested at least 26 people who were nobodies, who were taxi drivers, who were, not connected with, in any way, shape, or deed, with Al-Qaeda or any other terrorist organization.
Did they torture innocent people?
Yes, they did.
Did they know they were torturing innocent people?
No, they did not.
So I want to go back to Osama bin Laden again, because that's the holy grail, if you will.
Sure is. The CIA's leaders claim that torture produced the lead that led to Osama bin Laden. And that is complete, utter, 100% nonsense. And if they keep on claiming it, they're going to lay themselves open to a charge of self-deception as well as deceiving the American people. That is not something you want in your chief intelligence officers.
Did President Bush lie to the American people in 2008 or 2007 after he was tipped off that this was going on, when he said the American government does not torture people?
That is a bald and utter lie. He knew by 2006 what had been going on in the secret prisons. He had said, before he knew what was going on in the secret prisons, but while torture was going on, we don't torture. And that was his story, and he was sticking to it. The trouble we have running an intelligence service in an open democracy is this. We want secret intelligence. We need secret intelligence. We need to have a CIA because they help us see over the horizon as we project our power beyond our borders. But we need a CIA that obtains information that is A, accurate, and B, not obtained by methods that violate the laws of God and the Geneva Convention. Okay? Otherwise, if we abandon our principles, if we break our own laws, if we violate the spirit and the letter of our own Constitution, we lost. The bad guys won.
What do you say to Vice President Dick Cheney, who has recently said if he were to do it all again, he would?
Mr. Cheney has had a heart transplant. He needs a head transplant, if that's what he believes.
For no other reason than we didn't get any good intelligence.
That's what the CIA is there for. That's why you have a CIA. And look, I've been to Afghanistan 7 times on assignment, okay? And I was here in New York where I am today after 9/11, and I was in Washington several days later before shipping out to Afghanistan for the 7th time. And I remember how frightened people were that there was going to be a follow-on attack. Every time the cell phone rang, we thought, oh, God, here they come. It's going to be nuclear this time. It's going to be biological. It's going to be chemical. And I remember how frightened people were. And I remember how scared and how secretive our government was about what they knew and didn't know, the latter being the much larger category about what the enemy was up to. And this toxic cocktail of secrecy, ignorance, and fear led us down this path. And one of the lessons of this report, and it's 500 pages, and that's the executive summary, okay, of a 6,000-page report. One of the lessons of this report is that when we go forward to fight our enemies, we cannot adopt the tactics of our enemies.
Let's leave on a positive note. Tim Weiner, the author of the 2008 New York Times bestseller called Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA. The fact that America was wrong, the fact that America investigated itself and released this report, is that at least not a step in the right direction, in your opinion?
Only in America, only in a constitutional democracy like America, could one branch of government write a report about another branch of government that is this honest, that is this straightforward, that is this critical. And the only, footnote on that is that it took 6 years of struggle to produce. But it's out, and it is devastating, and it will provide lessons that will benefit us for years to come.
Tim Weiner, Pulitzer Prize winning author. The book is Legacy of Ashes. You wrote back in 2008. Tim, thank you for your candor this morning. Have a good day.
It's been a pleasure.
6:30, Big 550, KTRS.
They